The rules are the same for everybody. We're taking sex out of the dark and we're bringing it into the light. Communication is key to having great sex. Safer sex can be fun. No more shame, no more ignorance. You have to communicate during There must be asking, and there must be telling, and there must be lights and no sheets. Shit, do you remember what we did last night? 7 times it is good to be young. Here's how you get good at sex. I'm Maria Falzoni, and I'm a stand-up comedian, and I'm going to talk to you about sex tonight. You're all thinking, shit, what does a comedian do when talking to us about sex? Because I'm not a sex therapist. I didn't know you could become a sex therapist because I would have changed my major in college. You know what I mean? I would have been a good student. I would have showed up to classes. I would have asked for extra credit, done any projects, you know? Like a pulling all-nighter would be part of the coursework. It's like I had pictures of like, honey, get on your knees, it's research. And the rules are the same for everyone. So if you're gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, it doesn't matter, right? The rules are the same for everybody. Body parts may be different, but the rules are the same. When I say sex, most people think a penis and a vagina. Well, that is one small part of what sex is. And for some people, they have no interest to be near a vagina. So what's that? So what is sex? And oral sex. There's this whole thing, and I really think it had to do with President Clinton. That's not sex, right? I did not have sex. Well, what was she doing? Your frickin' taxes? No, that was sex, Mr. President. And then it translated into the popular culture with the movie American Pie. Do you remember American Pie? What was the premise? They all had to have sex before they graduated high school. What was sex? Intercourse. Yeah. Meanwhile, they were having sex through that whole movie. But we think that sex is, and it perpetuates that myth that sex is just a penis and a vagina. One part of sex. So what do you think sex is? What kind of sex do you want to have? What do you think is okay to do? What do you think it's not okay to do? Why do you think it's okay to do something? Why isn't it okay to do something? I want you to challenge all of those thoughts, all of those beliefs. The first rule to having great sex, it is the most important rule. That's why it's the first rule. Know yourself. The other way that I want you to know yourself is physically, because sex is a physical act. And how do you do that? By masturbating. I am the biggest fan of masturbation. Thank you. I masturbate just about every day. I have cruise control for that reason. The other important rule is never use alcohol or drugs when you go to have sex. And I've had arguments. I've had some people go, what? I have had the best sex drunk. I'm thinking, okay, I believe you. But where's your partner? Because I want to talk to them. Because when you thought you were making your moves, they were in the shower, and that was the pillow. Communication is key to having great sex. You ever see 2 drunks have a conversation? This deep shit. This deep, right? You know what? No, you know what? No, what? No, wait, no, you know what? You know. I love you. Most acquaintance rape happens when 1 or 2 people are under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Because someone is so drunk they can't say no. Or someone is so drunk they can't hear no. The only reason you should ever have sex is because you want to and because you like it. That is my biggest problem when parents say, oh, that's people who love each other do that. So there you are, a teenager in love thinking, well, we love each other, we must have sex. Well, you know, people who love each other do a whole bunch of other shit. Doesn't mean you're ready to have sex. Don't have sex to get someone, to keep someone, because they were nice to you. Send them a frickin' thank you card. How do you even know you're ready to have sex? I'm going to tell you, these are the questions you ask yourself. Can I have sex with the lights on and the sheets off? No more sex in the dark groping for stuff like, oh, it's a knee. Can you look at your partner and tell them what you want, when you want it, why you want it, and how you want it? And more importantly, can you ask your partner what they want, when they want it, why they want it, and how they want it? There must be asking, and there must be telling, and there must be lights and no sheets. That's how you know. So you notice how I'm talking about you. Know you. Well, how do you have sex with somebody else? We know that we're ready because we can have sex with the lights on and the sheets off. We can tell our partners. Because if you don't tell your partner, then you end up with this scenario. Have you ever been with a guy and he gets a hold of your breast and he treats it like a combination to a safe? Like once to the right, twice to the left, and he thinks your legs pop open. Or he gets a hold of your nipples and he starts squeezing, you're like, ah, because it hurts. And all this titty twisting. Don't do this to nipples because you look like a 4-year-old with an Etch-a-Sketch. I was trying to make a house. Or guys, you're with someone and they gotta hold your penis, and then it's like a freaking joystick, and it's like I'm gonna jump it and kill those alien bastards. Because I want to talk about hooking up, okay? Because there's this whole, and I get emails all the time from people about hooking up, and I don't know what to do about hooking up. And my response is that dogs hook up. And I don't have it on a moral issue. My commitment to every single one of you when I stand up is that you have incredible sex. The chances of you having incredible sex the first time with someone, slim to none. It takes a lot to have great sex. The other thing is safety. I don't know who you are, right? If I'm just hooking up with you, you could be psycho dude, and you're going to go ahead and stalk me on campus. I could be crazy woman, right? I could hurt you. You could hurt me. You take such a risk, and the chances. You know what? Go home and masturbate. Don't use somebody else to get off, because it ain't going to be that great, and I want it to be great for you. The other thing is I want to know that you're a man of your word, and you want to make sure that I'm not, like, I don't fall apart at a drop of a hat. Oh my God, I think and women will make excuses for guys, right? Well, he really does care about me. It's just that he had a hard time and he was abused as a child. And just because you know why someone's an asshole does not make them an asshole. It makes you an idiot for putting up with an asshole. Don't put up with it. You know? You want someone who's going to kneel down before you, because if a guy is into you, he will move heaven and earth to be with you. And you are worth having heaven and earth moved for. And the same thing for a guy. You don't want to get involved with someone who's just going to want to hold on to you, and you are their everything, and you have to fulfill them. And then the other thing you want to listen for, if somebody says to you, you know what your problem is? Right away, in your mind, think you. You're my problem. You don't want to be involved with someone who wants to fix you. You don't need to be fixed. You fix yourself, because nobody is better than anybody. We want to be in an equal relationship. So you're an incredible guy. You know, I'm an incredible woman. We're crazy about each other. We've been dating for a while. We've proved ourselves to each other, and I want to go farther. You ready to go farther?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we know we're going to have sex, because I've said I want to have sex. Do you want to have sex?
Sure.
Good. And I asked you. Good. And the other thing, too, is during sex. You have to communicate during sex. Because at one point, something sounded really good, like I really wanted to do it, and now I don't. So at any point, when I say no or you say no, we stop.
Okay.
Okay? And I know a lot of guys, well, what's she doing, tease me? It has nothing to freaking do with you. It could be the fact that I'm having a flashback because I was molested. Or all of a sudden I got really frightened. And it wasn't about teasing you or making you feel bad about yourself. It was, I'm afraid. I don't feel comfortable.